I haven't had this dessert in decades, but I can still remember exactly what it looked like. My grandma used to make what was called a chocolate self-saucing pudding cake. It was one of those simple desserts that just seemed to appear out of nowhere. I even made it myself dozens of times, never thinking I would forget the recipe, so I never wrote it down. I tried to recreate it from memory, and it was a bit of a disaster. I remember the basics. It was mixed in the actual baking pan, and it seemed to be a really simple chocolate cake batter. So it seemed to make sense to add a little bit of butter, especially since it was baked in the pan that was not greased. I definitely remembered the layer of sugar and cocoa mixed together that went on top, but I wasn't 100% sure if it was brown or white sugar, so I tried brown. One thing I was certain of is that some hot water was poured on top that was not mixed in. The magic happens in the oven. And well, as soon as I opened the oven door, I knew that that did not look like my childhood memories. This cake came out so dark it almost looked burnt, and it reminded me more of like a molten lava cake, not the light and fluffy kind of pudding cake from my childhood. And the taste was very much off. It was way too rich. So I started brainstorming, and the first thing I remembered was she always used a metal pan, not glass. Secondly, I honestly don't remember butter or brown sugar. It also wasn't super chocolatey. It was almost like a milk chocolate colored cake, not dark chocolate. It was literally mixed in one pan, therefore no melted butter, no extra steps, no extra dishes to wash. So that was basically 1 cup of flour, 3/4 of a cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Mix those together, and then we're going to add 1/2 cup of milk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Those should be combined and then spread in the bottom of the pan evenly. Then we're going to mix together 1/2 cup of sugar, and that's white sugar, not brown, and 2 tablespoons of unsweetened cocoa powder. As I was mixing this in this small bowl, I remembered my grandma was skilled enough that she just sprinkled the cocoa powder and sugar right on top of the cake without combining them first. So I think this step is a little optional. Whichever way you decide to do it, it just gets sprinkled right on top of that cake batter, and then we're going to pour hot water right on top of that without stirring any of it. In this second attempt at making this cake, I used just 1 cup of hot water, and I'll show you the results. But next time I think I would try 1 1/8 or even 1 1/4 cups of hot water. But the most important part here is you pour that on and then you don't stir anything. You're just going to place this right into your preheated oven as is. When I pulled this cake out, it looked much more familiar. The lighter top, there were little islands of cake, and then these little pudding pockets kind of peeking through. The moment I tasted it, I was right back in Grandma's kitchen. It's funny how recipes work. Sometimes the ingredients matter, but sometimes we're really just trying to create a memory. And every once in a while, after a wrong turn or two, you get close enough to taste it again. If your family had a dessert like this, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. And if you still have recipe cards from your grandparents or parents, hang on to those little treasures.